Hi, I'm Samantha Wallace, and I'm the owner of Glass Wax and the co-owner of Sane Tea and Kava Bar. I am 34 years old and I've lived in Greenville basically my entire life. I did get away for a while and I moved to Raleigh, but this is home base. I was born in Charlotte, came here right away after I was born, and this has been home base for me. It took me a while to appreciate Greenville. It took me most of my time, but recently I've discovered that Greenville is the perfect place for me personally to grow and evolve into the woman that I am trying to become. I want to be a leader for women. I want to be a leader for our community, for my children, for my family. And it's got that perfect hometown feel, but it's not too big where you can get lost or tossed by the wayside. It's just the right size for me to, practice my confidence and put myself forward and, let my voice be heard. Everybody probably says that's a hard question. I will say that one of my number one places to eat, because I've built a good relationship with this person, the owner, as well as it's really convenient to my business, and this is where I'm at all the time, is Muscle Makers. Keeps me healthy, great customer service, probably some of the best customer service in Greenville, and the food is still delicious and tasty, because sometimes healthy food doesn't always taste as good as the not so healthy food, but the food at Muscle Makers is always satisfying to me. I am a nature freak, so I love to be outside. Anywhere there's outside nature, trees, so honestly any of the parks in Greenville, the greenways, anywhere where I can go for a run, go for a bike ride. The town commons is perfect. It has really grown to be a beautiful park, by the way, too. Right by the water, you have the beautiful playground. You can take set up a picnic out there. So I love any of the parks, the nature here in Greenville. So I have been an esthetician for, this year will be 12 years. And when I first went to school for aesthetics, I thought that I just wanted to sit and do facials all day long. I didn't know everything that everything that was a part of aesthetics. And then I went to school and I realized it was such a broad field and that I had a lot of options. And my first job offer out of school was not necessarily what I thought was my first choice, but it worked for me and my budget. I had moved to Raleigh, I was living on my own, and I had my own apartment, and so I needed money right away. And a lot of positions in this field starting off is commission-based, and I needed something hourly based. So my very first job was at the European Wax Center. And at the European Wax Center, you only do full body waxing. So I was a little discouraged because I felt like I wouldn't be able to exercise the skills that I learned in school. Little did I know that that was going to become huge for me. So when I started working at the European Wax Center, I picked up the technique very quickly. I was really good, I was fast, you make a lot of money fast, and it was fun. And you could get that instant gratification, which, we all love that. Who wants to wait? And so I realized every night they would print out a form and they would show you how much money you made for the business. And I was working really hard, I was working a lot of hours, and I would look at this form and I was like, wow, I want to do this for myself. But I didn't know how. I doubted myself a little in Raleigh. And some things happened in life that kind of forced me to come back to Greenville, which at the time was detrimental to me, because at that time I still hadn't discovered the hidden gem of Greenville and how much I actually was going to fall in love with it. So I was really down about it, but I came back here. I wanted to go ahead and finish my 4-year degree at ECU, which I did, so I kind of put aesthetics to the side for a minute. And then when I got into my field in recreational therapy, because I'm also a recreational therapist, I loved it. It was rewarding. I love helping people. That's a passion for me. But every day I would constantly think about aesthetics. And I would think about, how can I do this? Where can I work? How do I start? And I just didn't have any knowledge. A lot of people think to start a business you have to have all this money, and You really didn't. I had nothing. I used my 9-to-5 job, and my husband, who I owe so much to because he really gave me the push and the confidence I needed to get started, he kept saying, like, just buy a pot, buy a wax pot, buy a table, and start doing some people out at the house. And I was like, I don't know, I'm scared to do that. So I ended up doing it anyway. And I did it with like friends and family, people I trusted, because I'll be honest, that's not the ideal situation to do anything, run a business out of your home with this field anyway. I found a room one day. I was just scrolling like on Facebook, and somebody had posted they were renting out a room, and it was for a hairdresser. And it was actually somebody I knew. And I was like, I'm just gonna see if she'll bite. And I reached out and I was like, hey, I'm not a hairdresser, but could I do this? And she was like, yeah. So for 6 months, I would work from 9 to 5 at my 9 to 5 job. And then I would come from like 5 to 9, sometimes 10, and work at a little room that I was renting. After 6 months, I got the confidence. I started looking at the math, and I'm like, okay, I only need to do this many people, you know, for this many hours to get the money that I'm at least making now. And then I was like, you know, if I can't make enough, then I'll just go wait tables or bartend or something. You know, I was desperate to be able to have that freedom to do what I wanted to do. I left my job after 6 months, and I never looked back. So then I started doing glass wax full time, working out of ARC Hair Design, the salon there. And thank you, Tina, for that opportunity. And after that, probably a year and a half later, is when I started getting the itch and the confidence to say, okay, I think I really want to branch out and have my own. It was always a dream to start building the business, having other people come in to work with me, to build up other women, to help them start their career. And here I am. I'm like in the thick of it now. There's really no turning back. Okay. So here at Glass Wax, we offer full body waxing from head to toe, whatever you want waxed. We offer facials, and all the facials, a lot of people ask me, what kind of facials do you offer? They are customized. I look at the skin, I study the skin, and I see what each individual person needs. We offer enzymes, which are a deeper exfoliation. It's kind of a step under a chemical peel. A chemical peel is much deeper, a little stronger. We offer eyebrow lamination, eyebrow tinting, lash lifts. We also offer vajacials, which are facials for the bikini area. If you are, you know, dealing with any type of ingrowns or bumps or breakouts, I'm super comfortable with all this stuff. So, and the other cool thing that I love about Glass Wax is we also freestyle some things. Like if I'm with a client, or Naira's with the client, and I'm just like, I got a new brush, I want to do a body brush on someone, I'll do that service. It's not even on the list. I'll just start doing it. I learned how to do a cranial massage. I did add that to our menu, but I started doing that like just freestyle and adding it into the services. And one thing that I like to push about Glass Wax is that each individual receives a customized service. So you may come in and say that this is how your session went, and your friend may come in and say this is how their session went, and it could be totally different. I kind of adapt to my client and what their needs are, what they're feeling, what they're experiencing. The best way to book with Glass Wax is to go online, www.theglasslook.com. If you're having any trouble with booking, you can always call. The number is listed on the website, and you can Google it. It's listed. I have an excellent assistant named Sabrina, and she's really quick and helpful, so she can help you with all your questions and your booking. If you're interested in self-care and need a place where you can go to feel free to be yourself, you can be authentic, to receive the best customer service, to receive a customized experience, Glass Wax is the place for you to be. If I could say one thing to women, girls, all the females out there, and even, I mean, everyone, create. If you're feeling lost, if you are trying to find your way, trying to find your purpose, if you feel stuck, if you feel down, if you feel angry, create. Creativity is such a safe outlet, And it connects us. It connects us to each other. It connects us to a higher power. It connects us to our purpose, because we have freedom to just be and express whatever is going on inside of us. And as we begin to create, sometimes creativity, what we create comes out ugly. But it's always, you always gain something. You've learned something, you've gained something, you've seen whatever's going on inside of you, what's going on inside your mind. But I believe that creativity always leads us down that path to wherever we're trying to go. So create. What do you enjoy doing? Just if it's cooking, if it's drawing, if it's painting, if it's singing, if it's cleaning. If it's organizing. You know, people feel like they don't have a talent or a gift. There's something that you're good at. Everybody is an individual, and we all were created with a purpose. We all have our own individuality that we can add value to one another. And that's the other beauty about creativity, is when we create, we're adding value to life, to each other, to ourselves. So create.